This Could Get Dicey is a D&D podcast, which means sometimes things get adult pretty quickly. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto. I play Lü'mis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to start going to the chiropractor.
How was this your first time?
It was. Ever.
How was it? Was it magical? Was it wonderful?
Yes. I'm not going to lie. I've never went because I was very scared. Because
yes,
they're like doctors, but not.
Not really.
They're not like licensed or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they have a license of sorts, but not like. Anyways, but yeah, no, I was having really bad neck issues, and literally, I've never heard or just the amount of cracks that happen when you go is wild.
It's fun. It's like a good time.
It's a great
it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, it's so nice.
The relief. And then I get afterwards I get these e-stims, so it's these little things that are on my back that are just tiny little massages afterwards. Mwah.
Destiny's like a little, I imagine you look like a little cyborg.
You're like in the Gatorade training camp, just running on the treadmill, tubes hooked up.
Oh yes, my God. And the that Drake Sprite commercial. Do you remember that one?
Yes. Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vendove, and today is a beautiful day to mow your lawn and then look at it.
Yeah, the looking at it is so important.
The looking at it's yeah.
It's seminal.
It's such I almost want to call my dad and be like, hey dad, dude, check this. And I imagine he's doing the same exact thing in that moment, just being like, this fucking rocks. This lawn looks so good.
I wish we had a lawn.
That's such a beautiful sight.
We have a patch of gravel.
Mow it.
Go stare at a neighbor's lawn after they
the
mow
neighbor's
it.
lawn's good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Arms folded.
Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I play Emil Mazak. And it's a beautiful day to hug a baby. Hugging a baby is the best thing.
They need it.
They need hugs.
Wow.
I need it. We need it.
You guys need a baby in your life to hug.
I was just about to say, I don't have one easily available. Unless I do my new neighbors, but I don't think that's... We don't have that
Can I hug your baby? Hi.
Hey, my friend Penny that says it's a beautiful day to hug a baby, so can I hug your baby?
Hello, my name is Becky Schmader. I am the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and today is a beautiful day to eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes. What's everyone's favorite cereal? Have we had this conversation before? And you tell me.
I'm thinking it might be Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes is definitely up there.
Or Zucaritas. I went to Walmart.
Tell us about your Walmart journey.
They had Walmart. First of all, everyone has an excellent cereal selection. If you're looking for
Walmart's a grocery store, everyone. For those who don't know.
Because if you ever fucking heard of the Waltons.
No. Because other grocery stores sometimes don't have. They don't care. Like our beloved.
They don't carry Post. HEB doesn't carry Post.
They don't. They have Fruity Pebbles and one other popular one, and that's it. But if you go to Walmart, you can get the selection of Post cereals, such as Waffle Crisp. But anyways, I was there.
Yeah, same thing with Target.
Target also has a different variety of cereals. Sponsor us.
The Waltons,
you know
please.
Let's go to the top. Kellogg's. Sponsor us. But no, I went to cereal aisle. They have Frosted Flakes. They have all the things. Then I go to the quote unquote international food aisle, whatever, to get tortillas. But then on that same aisle, there was zucaritas, which is Spanish or Mexican frosted flakes. And I was like, why do you need both?
Why? Also, why are they just not in the cereal?
And why are they on the cereal?
Also,
why are they on the international food out?
Sorry, why are you getting tortillas at Walmart?
Listen, it's just very convenient to the place that I was at. I don't want to dox anybody here.
I was at 6969 Cool Street.
Someone's house is very close to
someone's
Walmart.
house, and it was close to a
And
Walmart.
someone was staying at this person's house. I never go to the Walmart because the HEB is equidistant, but
I know. I always forget that there's two near you and not just that first one. Anyways.
Near
now they know
some
where we
we
live. They know where I live.
They are pinpointing Kitty's location.
They know there's a baby here, and they know I'm between the HEB and Walmart.
Kitty, there's a red dot on your chest right now.
There is. Do you see that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Are we ready to get dicey?
Please.
What a good cold open. Yeah, let's get started, baby.
Last we left off, our adventurers had arrived at the site of the caravan and ventured into the woods nearby to try and find the plant. Upon looking around, they came across some ruins with a wood golem walking around and a pedestal in the middle with a black mossy plant pouring out from it. They fought the wood golem, got a piece of the black moss stuff, and destroyed the pedestal, which then released an eerie, loud, ringing scream upon the land. You all left the immediate area and began your trek back to Mistfall. You all had this feeling of something following you when you realized it was a strange crow that was watching over you all from the trees. Ellis, tired of this, you decided to shoot at the crow, and it seemingly flew through your body and then flew away and disappeared into the sky. This has happened just moments ago. It is late afternoon as you all move through the woods on the road back to Mistfall. The sun is very low in the sky and beginning to set. Is there anything that you all want to do?
Oh my god.
What
Did
the
you
hell?
see that?
Are you okay?
I can't breathe. That bird flew through my tummy. Oh. Y'all saw that, right?
Oh God, I'm gonna look around to assess our safety right now. Are we being attacked by those ghosts from Lord of the Rings?
I sit down on my side. I'm like I lie down on my side. I'm like,
Oh no!
Go ahead and roll a perception check to check out your surroundings.
Can I check to see if I see the crow?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll. You can go ahead and see if you see the trail or anything that it might have left behind.
I rolled a 17.
9.
9. Okay. Lü'mis, you can't quite make out where this crow has flown to. It seems to have gone above the treetops and disappeared already. Emil, you are looking around and everything seems really quite fine and normal. This seems to be some sort of weird, strange thing that has happened, but that there's nobody around you all. The forest is really quiet, not eerily quiet or anything, but just quiet and nothing's really happening.
Becky, do I feel any different? Do I feel anything from that, or do I feel fine?
You can it's like that feeling of when you have to itch something kind of below your skin. Do you guys get that feeling? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I had
especially
that in
in
my
your
foot
feet
today.
Yes.
Yes. Oh
hate that
God.
feeling.
It's always in your foot.
I don't know
You
what it
have
is.
to scratch your foot, and when you scratch your foot, it tickles, and you're just like, "This is the opposite."
Just
of what I
laughing
want.
and crying.
It's kind of that feeling of there's something itchy below your skin in your chest, and it's also that feeling of if you think about that throbbing in your head, then you're like, well, that's an aneurysm and I'm gonna die. And it's like that feeling of it wasn't itchy until I started thinking about it, and now I can't stop thinking about it, and it's this kind of uncomfortableness in your chest.
I think I'm just kind of rolling around on the ground, and I'm just like, my insides are itchy and I'm gonna die. The bird flew through me. Did y'all see it? Where it went?
It's not here anymore. There's no one here.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna die. I think you're being dramatic.
I think that's very rude of you to say to somebody who just had a bird fly through their body. Have you ever had that happen to you? That's never happened to me.
I mean, it happened a few minutes ago, and you're still fine. I feel like if it had lasting effects, you'd notice them by now.
If I wake up tomorrow and I'm dead, Lü'mis, you're gonna eat those words.
I'm gonna wake up dead. You guys see that movie? Okay.
that was the reference.
What movie is that? That sounds familiar.
No free advertising, but it's scary movie 1, 2, 3, or 4. I can't remember which one.
3.
One of the good ones.
So 1, 2, or 3, yeah.
Anyways.
Ellis, I think you're okay. Can I try something? I look around, seeing no one around us in the woods. I will take my jacket off and roll my sleeves up, and you see the bark kind of crawl over my hands only, and I'll put them on you.
Are you gonna kill me?
No. I quite the opposite. I hope. And from me into you, you start to feel like a flow of energy.
Just make it quick.
I'm using my feature cross pollination.
Oh.
After 1 minute of sustained touching, I can heal someone using my hit dice. Which, by the way, I have like a pool of hit dice, and it's more than the typical 3rd level character. So I have some like bonus hit dice because that's like one of the main things my class uses.
300 hit dice. He has.
It's not that many. But not knowing if this will do anything, Emil will say, I've only tried this in kind of contained environments, but I've found that with sustained contact, I can sometimes make people feel a little better. After I've hurt people in my training, or if someone just needs a little bit of help, I've been able to pick them up a little bit. So let me know if this helps at all. I'll just
scratch the inside of me.
Pump 9 plus 3, 12 points of healing into you.
Wow.
Fabulous. That brings me up to max.
I think you both see like there is a flow of some kind of energy going between my hands and you. And when I pull away, my hands go back to normal. How's that?
Whew. Damn. Emil, that felt amazing.
Good.
I feel like tip top. I guess now that you did that, I can think a little clearly. Yes, I may have been a little bit over dramatic, but about the bird flying through my chest. But I won't forget the importance of it. But damn, that really did. That was awesome.
I'm glad. Get up off the ground now. This is embarrassing. I know no one's watching, but let's compose ourselves in case. I mean, if someone's watching us, clearly we're being spied on.
I put my hands in the air. I'm like, can you help me?
Uppies.
Okay, sure.
Uppies.
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 Okay, let me hug this baby. Yeah.
Way to bring it full circle. Wow.
There we go.
That bird had like golden eyes. It had like weird eyes. If y'all spot a fucking bird that has golden eyes again, just tell me to fucking duck.
Yeah, does anyone recognize it? Is this like
Yeah, Becky,
a
would
spell
Lü'mis
anyone see?
might have heard of anything in their many years about a crow with gold eyes, or any like myths or stories or anything like that?
Go ahead and roll either history or religion.
Is this for everyone?
Yeah, everybody can go ahead and do this.
I rolled for history and I got a 12.
I got a 12 history as well.
13 in history.
This is not really ringing any bells to you all. There's definitely been like tons of stories throughout history and like lore of ravens, and they mean different things to different kind of towns and cultures. But a golden-eyed raven, especially one that like flies through a body, nothing is ringing any bells to you all.
Ellis, you had suggested before, when I first told you why I needed the indigo magnolia, you had suggested maybe on the way back we should take an alternate route. I'm starting to think more strongly about that, knowing that not only are people chasing us, perhaps maybe people with some powers we don't want to mess around with are following us.
It's not a bad idea. I worry it might slow us down a little bit, but it's almost like, do we want to like speed up our travel on the road and hope for the best, or slow down our travel and risk being like caught up with, but also hopefully be undetected?
Last time we saw the court in Elizabeth, these guys were swinging through the trees. Like, if they want to catch us, they're going to catch us. Personally, I think our best bet is to slow it down and make sure we arrive free of company as much as we can.
Yeah, we should definitely try to be a better lookout. I mean, Lü'mis, you're over there going sneako mode all the time. So, like, what do you think?
I agree with Emil. I think we should take the shorter route and maybe just sneak around. It might take longer, but it might pay off in the end.
What do you think, Gertrude? Oh, wait. Can we sneak through the forest with a horse and a wagon?
Go ahead and make like a survival check and look into the woods and sort of see what the terrain is like.
That's really good. 22.
With the 22, you can see that there's definitely been other paths that have cut through the woods. The meadow woods are, traveled frequently from Mistfall up to like the coast, the northern coast. People take different routes from different parts of the Silver Summits to Hay Meadow westward. So there's definitely different trails that you can take. It definitely is still harder terrain. They're not frequented trails, so you'll have to sometimes like move fallen trees or logs, and not whole trees, but there's going to be some impediment. But for the most part, there do appear to be other trails that you can take. It will be slower going for sure.
If it's better that we keep our wits about us. So, let's try to sneak around.
If you're all okay with that, let's do it.
You all start making your way with the 22 from Emil, taking that. You all head into the woods on a trail that seems a little bit one of the more trodden ones, back towards Mistfall in that direction. When it becomes nightfall, you all find a nice little area, a small kind of flat ground within the meadow woods for you all to camp for the night. Do you all do anything as you make camp, or what are the arrangements?
Am I remembering correctly? Did Lü'mis and Emil both get a sample of this plant? Do we have it like in two separate containers?
I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Becky, but we have a sample and it's currently wrapped in my cloak. I do not have my cloak on anymore because it started eating it essentially. So then we wrapped it up in a ball of sorts and put it somewhere.
I think you put there's a crate in the back of the wagon, so I think you wrapped it in the cloak and then put it in the crate in the back. And it's like a solid wall, like solid wooden crate. There's no like openings or anything. As you all, in your travels, you do notice that the plant does like make some noises and stuff throughout your trek, like thumping noises every once in a while and perhaps like scratching as it attempts to get out, but it seems to be holding the plant in place so far.
I mean, tonight we should definitely all, no offense, Lü'mis, but we should definitely do some buddy systems tonight. One, to keep an eye out for any people that want to kill us in our sleep, and also to stare at that box to make sure this plant doesn't turn into like some sort of plant-based monster.
I think that's a great idea, and I have another idea that might provide us like a backup plan. When I started building Venzor's varieties, I wanted to make sure we had a safety net. So we always had contingency plans for if things started going south in business. We know someone's coming for this plant. We know Elizabeth doesn't want us to get it back to Mistfall. I'm wondering, and I'll drop my voice to a whisper in case there's any looky-loos. What if we try and get another secret sample of this plant and wrap it up somewhere else, keep it somewhere else, and if they come, we put up a fight, but we let them take this other plant, and we still have one to bring back to Mistfall. I'm talking about a contingency plan.
Do you mean like a decoy plant, like I pick up a weed, or do you mean opening the box and picking off a piece of that plant to give to them?
The risky one.
Oh, you want to try to fucking peel off that thing? I don't think we have a second box.
Yeah, that's an issue. I wonder if I could put it in, like, I don't know, a flask or something. I don't know how small of a sample they could use.
I mean, I got a water skin. I'm sure we can try to shove it in there. I mean, we are also about to go to bed, so we might as well just risk it and try to. I mean, if it's gonna fuck us up. But also, remember, didn't it try to do some? It made y'all do fucking weird y'all looked all
Yeah, that's the
wibbledy wobbledy.
That's another risky part. That's the real risk here. I don't know. It's just a thought. We wouldn't be leaving empty-handed if they come and take it from us.
Is there an additional concern if they actually have the plant?
That's a good point. This seems like some weird bioterrorist stuff, like some real CSI stuff. So, I'm worried that if this falls
What's
into
CSI?
the wrong hands,
Asked Gertrude.
Gertrude, I knew you could talk. Gertrude, come here, child. Come here, hug daddy. I'm worried that if the court if this weird plant can grow and mind control and eat and devour and burn and be bad, I really don't even want to risk giving it to the wrong people.
I don't personally really care who gets it, as long as I get that indigo magnolia flower. I mean, this thing's bad. Whoever gets it, it's gonna be fucking bad. Like, but I'm not out here to have like a hero's legacy. Maybe that's your story, but personally, I'm here to make sure I get home and healthy. So I realize how selfish that sounds, but I just want to be straightforward.
I mean, dang, champion, we all carve our own paths in this, this great world we call life. Open up that crate and stick your hand in, rip a piece off. Go for it, buddy boy.
Oh, God. I have a backpack. I'll take everything out of my backpack and just stick it in the back of the wagon.
Just think Emil holds up his backpack and just says the sentence, I have a backpack. It's like, yes, you do.
Backpack. Okay, I will take the dagger that I have and maybe send it on its maiden voyage as I slowly open the crate and try and just get a little slice. Like, I'm talking about like a volunteer,
Tiny,
like a
tiny amount.
tiny
Okay,
piece of this plant.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand as you attempt to kind of like sneak this piece off of this plant.
As I do this, I look back at them and say, if I start doing some weird mind control shit or trying to climb into the box or something, like, please stop me.
Yeah, I'll knock you out.
Oh, I'm taking you out. Yeah, we'll fucking take your ass out.
For the first time, I stop and think about what I'm doing. Oh, no, it's worth it. 14 plus 2.
16? Okay. Yeah, you're able to get your hand in there pretty quickly and rip off a chunk. Your mind feels fine, but a bit of the plant kind of like grabs onto the back of your hand as you're kind of cutting, and you take 3 points of necrotic damage as it kind of clings for a minute. You shake your hand and are able to pull off this chunk, 3 inches by 3 inches or 2 by 2 inches of plant matter, and close the box before any more can escape.
I quickly stick it in the backpack and I close the backpack as best as I can. I like roll it up so that it's like as least amount of space inside as possible.
Make a perception check as you do that.
All of us?
Just you, as you're kind of one doing this, yeah.
21.
You see, as you've like tossed it in there, that it's staying within the bag, no problem, but it does seem to be like flubbering about, if you will. You all remember the movie Flubber? But yeah, it's like bouncing around inside of the bag, and you can kind of see it trying to like push its way out, and you kind of see like bumps showing up in weird spots.
Anyone have an idea of where to hide this?
Buddy, I'm kind of just following your lead here. I have my own backpack we can put that backpack inside of. That's about it I got.
Okay. Damn. I'll take the rope I took out of my backpack a second ago. And I'm gonna try and like tie it underneath the wagon.
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival.
I kind of get under there and I like look. I'm like, I think you have a good spot right there. Just tie it real tight. I believe in you. I get real close. I say, I believe in you.
Nice.
You get bardic inspiration.
Is it a 6 right now? Okay. Add a d6 to it. Survival, which I'm proficient in. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 4. 14.
Yeah, you're able to get it on there. It's definitely not the way a real survivalist would maybe tie it on there, but it's on the wagon, nice and secured.
Yeah, I'm more worried about getting my suit dirty laying on the ground, so I'm just
exactly. And there's probably like way more rope usage than you like needed to, but you did it.
That's how I tie Christmas trees to cars too.
Oh my god,
like way too much rope. Okay.
But yeah, it is attached to the wagon.
Thank you for humoring me and for offering to knock me out in case I went crazy. I feel a little better knowing that we have a backup plan if we need it.
Is the back, just so I'm clear, in the instance we get caught, Elizabeth comes, are we giving them the backpack or the crate?
The crate is more obvious, so I would assume we try and trick them into thinking the crate is all we have.
Yeah, it's probably smart. That's a lot, but yeah, I mean, we might as well bring back something. Cause didn't the fools at the plant school just want us to give us? They just wanted a sample, right?
Yes.
Great. Which we now have 2 samples. Fabulous. Lü'mis, you're up for watch.
Yes.
You want a buddy?
I mean, I don't need one, but if you insist, I think just to have an extra pair of eyes on our surroundings and the plant, I guess would be fine.
Emil, your hand's looking gross, and I don't think I can sleep because I still feel itchy inside. So I think I'll stay up for this first watch.
All right, I'll get some sleep.
All right. As the 2 of you settle in for your first watch and Emil lays down for some me-me-me's, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I'm going to use the luck point.
Okay.
Oh, I dropped my dice on the floor.
Loser.
24 perception.
Lü'mis got an 8.
Okay. You can't help but feel that you heard, like you just know, you think you heard the sound of like a crow again in the area.
How, do you think it was just like sort of an omnipresent sound, or did I hear it coming from like a specific direction?
Kind of omnipresent. Yeah, you actually can't really tell. Like, you're like, am I hearing things? Is this actually here? But you feel like you heard the sound of a crow.
I immediately stand up. I'm like, Lü'mis, did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything. What's going on with you?
You always have to make it so personal. Oh no, it's a crow. It sounded perfectly like a crow. It was.
I mean, to my point earlier, I think you're being over dramatic. I don't think it might just be in your head.
Lü'mis, are you gaslighting me?
Lü'mis is a gaslighting, gatekeeping girl boss.
You heard it here first.
I think I start rubbing my chest where the crow went through. I was just I swear I heard it. It was like squaw. It was right there.
Could you point in the direction where you heard it from?
Yeah, it was right, and I kind of put both my hands up and kind of it's the acoustics in the woods. It bounces off all the trees. It could be hiding right now. And I think I start crouching pretty low to the ground, and I'm just it can fly through you if you're so confident.
Fine, I'll go check it out for you. And Lü'mis will just...
Well, don't go alone. This is how the killer gets one of us. I'm going with you.
Lü'mis would like to just essentially scan walk around the parameter of where they're at, looking high in the trees for this crow.
Okay.
I think I will follow, but I probably am damn near crawling on hands and knees, but I'm kind of just crouch walking behind Lü'mis, so I look, so I probably am not looking.
Okay.
But I'm look real good. You're a vampire. This is your home turf. And I give you bardic inspiration, my last one for the day.
Okay.
How in my home turf?
Wait a second. Let's unpack that. Vampire home turf is a forest?
Nighttime. No, nighttime.
Preferred terrain.
What are you talking about?
The night.
Darkness.
Okay, Lü'mis, go ahead and roll investigation as you look around for this crow.
Nope. I'm not even in a...
Did you add that D6?
I guess... okay, just in case. Okay. 13?
You are very much convinced that Ellis is just hearing things. You don't see a crow. You also know that, like, crows don't come out at night. I don't think they're nocturnal. This one I'm not sure about. Folks at home, I'm not sure about that. I know I'm an animal fact girly. I don't think crows are nocturnal, though.
But Becky hates crows.
Did you say I hate crows? That's not true. That's not true.
No, we hate grackles. We're from Texas. We love crows.
I do love crows. They're so smart.
They're active throughout the day.
Throughout the day. So, yeah, you also know that crows are not common at night. So it is very unlikely that Ellis would hear one, let alone see one, and you're definitely not seeing one at all right now.
Ellis, I'm not seeing anything. I think there's like an owl over there, but I'm not seeing any crows or a crow.
I don't give a shit. I heard what I heard, but I like turn around and I'm like, don't look at me, and I like unbutton like my tunic to look at does that area look any weird? And I go, don't look at me.
It does not look any different.
I button it back up and I go, I mean, maybe I do just have the heebie-jeebies.
I mean, it makes sense if you do. Would you feel better if we keep on walking around here to just double check?
Yes.
For the rest of your watch, the two of you just circle around a perimeter around where Emil is sleeping, looking out for crows and other birds. I think, Ellis, you get a little jumpy as you do spot an owl and you're convinced it's a crow, but it's just a normal, like, large brown owl. A horned owl. I know an owl, a couple of owls. I know owls. I know a couple of owls. They're my friends, you know? Anyways, you see like a brown owl and no crows. And you all return to camp after your first watch.
Alright, I'm gonna go bed now. I'm gonna wake up Emil. I'm sleepy.
Okay, let me know if you hear any more crows.
Thanks, Lü'mis. You're a great help. What did I fucking expect? Fucking hanging out with a GD vampire. And I go and wake up Emil.
Alright, Emil, you have been woken up for your watch. Lü'mis and Emil, go ahead and roll perception for the second watch of the night.
There's really nothing out here, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
A 5. Excuse me. Yes, a 5. Ellis said he heard a crow, but I honestly think it's just still in his head. I think he's just...
Yeah, he's probably got the heebie-jeebies.
That's exactly what he said. Again, I don't blame him, but literally our whole watch was just me pointing out that there weren't any crows around.
Perhaps they're looking for us.
Maybe. I mean, it kind of seems fairly quiet. A quiet night. I think we're okay for now.
Mm-hmm.
Emil and Lü'mis, as you both had sort of low perception and you're looking out into the darkness, you find both of your minds sort of wandering and forgetting that the other person's even there. You're searching in the darkness looking for crows or looking for the Court of Outlaws as you're sort of unnerved and worried that they might show up at any moment. But yeah, you're kind of lulled into this sort of stupor of sorts as you kind of, it's late at night, looking into darkness. You can't help but kind of just be mind wandering. And Lü'mis, you can't help but to think of different moments in your life and thinking about how you got here, how you feel yourself just sort of ambling about life at the moment and how you've wandered onto this continent, and a little curious maybe how and like why you're here. You can't help but to think about an old companion. You can't help but to think of the loss that you've had in your life And while you can usually guide yourself back to the teachings of monks and think of the peace and death and love, you can't help but to feel anguish on this night and sadness for what you've lost. And this is strange. You don't often just sit here and think about these things, but it's almost like you're being pulled to think about these things. Your mind wanders so much that you're really losing focus on keeping watch, and you find yourself dazing out into the forest some more, not looking at anything in particular anymore, but instead almost trying to swim through the black of night with your mind. You're swimming, and typically you find such comfort in the darkness, in not being seen and not being perceived. But tonight your heart aches. It feels so heavy, like you failed somebody, like you failed someone so dear to you. You haven't felt this way in years or even decades, and yet here it is again. You feel so heavy and you're sinking, like you might never come up for air again. And this, again, is so strange because why are you even thinking about this? But it's like the darkness is just pulling you through this thick, like, wetness that you're swimming through. And as you're swimming and sort of feel that heavy feeling and you're sinking, you remember that you don't need air usually. You're a vampire. You don't rely on these normal things that humans require to stay alive. And you haven't needed air in centuries, and yet you're gasping. And what is this feeling of being mortal again, of being given mortality again, just to have it be taken away, as soon as you wake up from whatever this is? As you panic, swimming for air, you're met at the end of this endless darkness with a golden glow. And as you come up for air, your world zooms out, and you're swimming in that of the golden eye of that crow. You wade backwards, and you're outside the eye now, looking up at the crow in a tree. It caws into the night, and you come to, snapped back to reality. The ache in your heart still lingers, and while you haven't felt rested in years, you certainly don't tonight, and you take a point of exhaustion as you feel very overcome with this weight. Emil, while you are sitting and taking watch, and sort of wading through this darkness with your eyes, looking for crows, or looking probably more specifically for the Court of Outlaws, you can't help but to have your mind wander to those that you love, to the pain that you fear that you're bringing them. Your lungs wheeze to the pain that swirls inside your own body. Your fear that you won't find answers or solutions you're looking for. It's just so heavy within you, and you can feel it almost like crippling your lungs. Your body writhes with pain, not unfamiliar, but it's a stronger pain than you've ever felt before. You look at your limbs as they turn into crackled bark, and it scrunches your skin and seeps in further into your muscles. The crackled bark goes up your arms to your chest, and you feel it pierce inwards, making it so hard to breathe. The stiffness of your body, you can't take a deep breath. You're turning hot, and you have a panic in you. Is this happening right now? Is this the future before you? You look around for anything that might aid you in the relief. There's dirt beneath you, and you look down and see your toes have grown outward like roots into the dirt. And as they burrow further, you feel relief, feeling stronger, feeling fed. You bend over and plunge your now spiked hands into the dirt, feeling like you can breathe again. You look up and see a woman around your age and two younger girls staring out a window into a yard. And in the yard, you see a tree of sorts. But it's twisted, and it seems to have limbs, and there on the bark, markings, a face perhaps, and it's an agony. A crow sits in a branch that seems to be reaching upward to something. It caws, and it turns its golden eye to you. You're consumed by the golden color, and your limbs are ripped from the ground, the strength it provided now gone. You're withered again, wheezing and weak. You snap to, whether from this dream or was this reality, you don't know. You're sort of heaving and retching a little bit, and you take a point of exhaustion. Ellis, on this night, as you lay down on your bedroll, ready to get some me-me-me's after this panic of the search for the crow in the woods, you're visited in your dream. The black crow that you shot sits in your dream on a branch far away. Then suddenly you're dragged in closer to it. It turns to face you, and its golden eye is enormous, and it consumes you. Then you're pulled back, and instead of a crow, you instead see this feathered creature the size of a human, sitting on a branch, hunched over, its eyes large, golden, and looking directly at you. Its feathers are black and seem to be almost dripping, the weight of its drenched wings seeming to weigh it down. It cocks its head, rotating eerily. It's looking at you, taking you all in. Then it just doesn't stop staring, peering at your eyes, through your eyes, into you. You have an urge to look away. You are Ellis, yes?
Yeah. My name is Ellis Vendove. Who are you?
Worry not who I am, yes. Your friends, they are here with you, yes. They have a weight you do not see. Look and see. The crow figure blinks, and you can see your two companions both appearing to have difficulty breathing in their watch. They're sort of heaving as they're looking out into the darkness. I help your friends, yes. Remove the weight, help them, yes. Need you, though. Need you to help me, yes. You help me, I help them. Help me make you stronger. Help me take their weight, yes.
Am I in this sort of vision? Am I seeing Ellis and Lü'mis like? Am I like at camp, or am I seeing them in the eye of this crow?
You're seeing it like, yeah, within the eye. Like he's kind of like blinking and showing you this vision. You're having like almost like a mental connection as they're showing you this vision of Emil and Lü'mis sort of sitting on the like either side of the wagon and kind of just like they can't catch their breath. They're like heavy. They're looking out into the darkness. You see like fear on them. They're scared.
I think Ellis takes like a small step forward and he says, "Yeah, I will help. I will help you. I don't. Are you hurting my friends? I'd appreciate it if you stopped, but What do you need? What do you need?"
Make a deal with me, yes. I tell you how to help later, when time right. Need deal now, though. First step.
What happens if I don't take them? Are you gonna hurt them?
Oh, they hurt already, yes. I can give you weight. And suddenly you feel your lungs feel clenched up, just like absolutely shriveled up, like no air would ever be enough to satisfy your lungs. Or I can take. The ring on your finger is suddenly gone and it resides now in the hands of the damp-feathered creature who stands and sort of moves away from you on the branch. Its lanky body hunches over, peering at the ring. Belonged not to you, could meet them.
And I immediately take a step forward. I'm like, give it. What do you want? Give that back to me.
He fills your lungs again, gives you back the ring. It pops back onto your finger. I need you to be an associate, yes. Help me, yes. Just say yes, yes.
Yes.
Good. I'll be seeing you again, yes.
Yes.
And just as soon as you were there, you're gone, and you wake up, the horrid vision of the creature gone from your mind. You feel very clammy as you wake up, your skin damp all over. You've made this deal with this creature. You don't really remember. You don't, like, what is this creature? What did you just see? You don't know. You wake up kind of gasping and clammy. You look out, your two friends are also sort of gasping as they're sort of coming to from the vision that you saw. There's a pit in your stomach, but you also feel it kind of swirling in you. It's a pit, but it's also moving around in your blood and out to your limbs, up your chest, up to your head. Your skin is no longer clammy all of a sudden, and it tingles and it burns, but it feels good. It feels really, really good. You feel strength throughout you. You feel supported and lighter, like something is just ever so slightly holding you up at all times.
I think Ellis probably sits up with like a start, like very abrupt, and sees Emil and Lü'mis, and I like instinctually I just go, "Hey, wake up!"
Are we conscious? We have
Yes,
control of ourselves?
and when you hear this come from Ellis, you all were sort of coming to, but you're suddenly just really snap back to reality as you hear his voice.
I feel like Lü'mis just takes a really deep, like, grasp of air and just like, was I asleep?
Or how are y'all feeling?
Emil's reaction is the opposite. I immediately start taking my shoes off, and like pulling back the sleeve, like revealing as much skin as I can to like look at the status of my body at the moment. You see I'm like unbuttoning my shirt and looking at my chest area, and also Emil, I think is crying, like visibly upset.
Yeah, Lü'mis, you're feeling, you felt terrible. You felt like you were being absolutely like crushed and that like you couldn't breathe. And suddenly you're back. You're kind of gasping, but you're back and feeling normal as you can be as a vampire for 2 centuries. But you feel yourself sort of leveling out again. And Emil, as you look at your body, you're checking your feet, you're checking your skin, you're checking all these parts of you, scared that the disease has developed further. Nothing has developed any further, and you are kind of leveling out as well.
I shouldn't have been. I shouldn't be using this. So I shouldn't be using my power so often. I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse. I shouldn't be doing this.
I don't think it was your powers. Did y'all see it?
Did y'all see the crow?
Yes, I saw it too.
I saw it, but it turned into something. It turned into something else, and it like I saw y'all. It had y'all.
What are you talking about? It was here?
Y'all looked like y'all were dying.
It was here with us?
I mean, it felt like it was both. No, I don't know if I can really place it, but it was in my dream. But in my dream, I saw y'all, and y'all looked like y'all do now, which is bad.
I mean, Emil and I were just sitting here watching. That's why I asked if I fell asleep. I don't fall asleep. We were here, conscious, awake, but not. At least that's how I felt. Emil, I don't know
I wasn't asleep. That wasn't a dream. I don't dream of myself in this mutated form. It's this one space in my life where I don't have to think about this, and I think I've managed to stop thinking about it when I'm asleep, and it's never been present when I'm not conscious.
This creature, it asked me if it wanted, I guess if it wanted it to stop doing what it was doing to y'all, and I said yeah, and then I woke up.
What was it? Was it holding us? Was it here in camp in front of you?
I don't think so. I saw y'all in it, like in its eye. Its eye was big as fuck, though.
As weird as that sounds, I felt like I was in its eye. I felt this golden orb, I guess you could say, entranced me where I was, but also feeling sucked into it as well.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm suddenly regretting leaving the road.
I was about to say the same thing.
I really wish we weren't in the middle of these creepy ass woods.
I mean, shit, we can use the better part of the morning to get back on the road, and we can just fucking hightail it back to fucking. I need a brown ale stat, a cold one, if I might say.
That wasn't the court, was it? That wasn't the Court of Outlaws? Something they would do?
Fuck no. The court, I mean, from my experience with the Court of Outlaws, I mean, they're powerful, but they're just like, they're thieves, you know. They're business people. They deal in cold hard cash. This was. I mean, fuck. Yeah, I wasn't making a big deal. That crow flew through my tummy.
I don't think you were making too big of a deal anymore. Maybe at one point I did think that, and now I'm eating crow.
Boo! Boo! Yeah, maybe we should just make it an early morning, get back on the road, and hightail it back to Mistfall. I think this is something bigger than we can imagine. I don't, like, to your point, I think this is some arcane that we can't comprehend. Maybe the academy or someone at the academy might know more, could help us. I don't know how. I can't remember how long that open house, or if they let non-students kind of question more people, but that we're heading back there anyways.
Lü'mis, forgive me if this is too intrusive. As I start packing up, packing up stuff. When you were in your evaporated form, I saw the symbol of Dodothal. I believe that's the name of that god. Are you knowledgeable about the gods at all? This, I agree, could be arcane. It could be something deeply magical in this continent for sure. Could it also be something divine?
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it was that. I wouldn't say I'm a devout follower. I once knew someone that was. They kind of taught me things here and there. But that was kind of another reason why I wanted to speak to that professor at the academy to get more knowledge on it.
I see. Either way, it feels like it's outside of our control, and the thing we can do right now is get our wagon back on the road and get the hell out of these woods.
I think, Becky, you can let me know if I'm kind of reaching with this kind of good feeling that I'm feeling. But I think Ellis starts packing up all of his stuff and gets on the cart, and when as we start to maybe pull away from the campsite, it kind of in this mix of fear and also this pleasant feeling I'm feeling, I think Ellis, it's, albeit small, not super noticeable, I don't say anything out loud, but I think Ellis notices oh, I'm not hungry this morning. I feel good. I usually I wake up in the morning, the first thing Ellis does is gotta eat, but this sort of feeling is maybe satiating me, at least in this moment, this first initial feeling, and I think it's scary.
Yeah, I think you wake up and you're at first you're oh, this is nausea, this was a terrible nightmare, that's why I'm not hungry. And as you start packing up, you're kind of wondering, you feel a little bit stronger and you feel a little bit warmer and you feel a little satiated, and you're wondering if perhaps this creature that you made a deal with is feeding you or keeping you going or giving you this energy, this newfound energy. You all pack up the wagon and spend the better part of the morning heading back to the road. Lü'mis and Emil, you both have a point of exhaustion. Remember that for the next, until your next long rest at least. You all make it by late morning back to the main road to Mistfall.
Did we get a long rest just now?
Yes, you did get a long rest. So you got a long rest, but then you woke up with a point of exhaustion.
As we're heading back onto the road, essentially, during our time packing up and kind of assumably kind of composing ourselves, did Gertrude seem any differently?
Make a animal handling check.
What did Gertrude see in the darkness?
Oh yeah, what did Gertrude see? You said
eternity.
Yeah, do animal handling.
11.
Okay, you having not had the best connection with Gertrude across this trip, you're trying to read, and you're kind of just getting like, I think they're okay, but then you're also kind of like, maybe they saw like the end of all sugar cubes, like there's no more sugar cubes in the world, and you kind of just have this thought of like, maybe I should give Gertrude some sugar cubes when we get back.
I feel like I look at Gertrude and just go, what kind of despair do you feel?
Jeez.
The horse is overcome with depression, and you've never seen a sadder horse in your life.
Gertrude becomes cognizant of the fact that it's hooked up to a wagon, and that's like its life. It's just like, oh.
I drag this behind me like the sorrow.
Are you all heading back to Mistfall with like an increased travel pace?
I would, yes.
I would love to.
I would love that.
Okay. Does anybody remember what the rules are for increased travel pace? Do you just take...
There's a Constitution saving throw involved, I think, and it results in exhaustion if you fail the save. I think.
Something like that. Okay.
I think, and I've also heard that like when we're moving fast, like any sort of like perception checks or investigation checks,
right?
They could be disadvantaged. Like we're like not focusing on like looking around.
I'm exhausted. I'm already at disadvantage.
Same. Let's hightail it.
Let's get out of here.
You all make camp for the night, having traveled to about sunset or past sunset a little bit. With your increased pace and with time that you did lose a little bit of time cutting in and out of the woods, though, you think you can make it back to Mistfall in 3 days. And that is where we will be ending tonight. This could get dicey. And I think it did get a little dicey.
It got a little too dicey.
A little spoopy.
Spoopy.
Play that beautiful music. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of This Could Get Dicey. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at TCGDpod. If you found this enjoyable to listen to and you like our antics, please leave a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps spread the word. And speaking of, share with a friend, tell everyone about us, and tune in on Wednesday, May 17th for our next episode.